Hello, everyone. This is Cheryl Lesio. Thank you for tuning in. We have two very, very important guests here tonight. They have their new feature film called Crackoons premiering tonight in the festival. We have the director and writer and also the producer. Please tell us your names.
Jerry Landy.
And?
Anthony DeBellis.
All right, so tell me a little bit about this film. What is it about?
It's
a little overview.
Yeah, okay. It's not like anything you've ever seen before. I'm a fan of old 70s horror movies. It's kind of an old-fashioned creature attack film. But what we did was updated it to the 80s with a 70s feel. It's about a raccoon who ingests a lethal dose of crack and becomes a...
Now, you don't see that nowadays.
No. It's no Freddy Krueger or Twilight, trust me.
No.
So what happens is he ingests a dose of crack, winds up coming into this crooked, corrupt town and takes care of all the mean people. So it's a pretty good movie. It's a morality play.
There's a lot of gore. There's a lot of comedy. There's a lot of things. it's a lot. It's all.
So there's not one specific genre of this film.
We don't connect this to anything but what it is. It's Crackoon. We talked to a lot of people who said my movie's a cross between. Nightmare on Elm Street, blah, 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 Narnia. There's none of that here. This is nothing you've ever seen before. We tried to be totally original, and hopefully we pulled it off.
I think that you did pull it off, just the idea of it, the storyline, everything. So tell me, how long did it actually take you to write this film?
Well, in the beginning, we did a lot of writing, and we did a lot of discussion. So there was definitely a well-thought-out plan on every scene and how the movie was going to flow and tempo, and we tried to think of everything that we could think of to incorporate in the beginning. So that we went on location and we did our shoots. Everything was long hours, but it was very productive because we had a well-organized plan.
Yeah,
so throughout the year it took to film.
Yeah, how long did it take?
About a year.
From conception, from thinking it out, from talking, and then putting it down on paper and. We actually
started filming the day after Obama was elected president.
Wow,
and we ended it. Well, what happened was last summer we really got screwed because of the weather. A lot of it's outside, so we lost like a whole month on weather, and stuff like that.
Oh, great! So tell me about this raccoon. I mean, is this a person or is this a raccoon?
No, it's a raccoon.
So how did you do the casting for the raccoon?
Actually, we did. We auditioned a real raccoon that failed.
Oh, okay.
Because we couldn't control it.
They're hard to work with.
And we just went with the puppet. It looked real, it looked cute, and it looked like when it got ugly, it got ugly.
All right.
Well,
that's great.
Definitely identify with wanting a raccoon at the end of it.
Well, that sounds very exciting. Aside from that, tell me a little bit about what you guys have done before this, any other projects, a little bit of history about yourselves.
This is the first film, Anthony, and Anthony's an old friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time.
Okay, so you guys work together a lot.
As photographers work together. My first film, Silent Deafening, actually was at this festival a couple of years ago. So what happened was Anthony saw my film, loved it, and said, "What do you want to do next?" And when I handed him, I waited a little while before I handed the script to Crackoon because I didn't know how he was going to deal with it because it was kind of like,
right away it was worth doing.
And he was one of the few people who said, "Wow, this is kind of like out there. Maybe we should try to shoot this." Which, like I said, the concept is kind of out there. Anytime you explain to people automatically saying "Crack," they laugh at the name, which is what we wanted. We wanted people to associate, like to look at the name and go, like in the old exploitation things, like Blackula, Night of the Lepus. We wanted some kind of an exploitive name to get people out there.
Well, I think you've done a fantastic job with the title. There is nothing like that. Very original.
Thank you.
Very original.
And it was all original music is the other thing.
Oh, wow.
Everything was done from the Bronx, and everybody that we used lives in the Bronx and contributed something original to the movie. So it makes.
Well, that's great. So you really opened up a lot of opportunities for actors and singers and musicians.
It's a full Bronx production.
Okay.
We're from the Bronx. The actors are all from the Bronx. The musicians are from the Bronx. It was shot in the Bronx, edited in the Bronx, sound mixed in the Bronx. We have a studio called the Muck Duck Films, which we're working on a bunch of other stuff. Our first film, and this is our second film. So hopefully, if this catches, like I said, but we incorporate Bronx actors. We have a crew, our crack crew. A lot of the people here, they're actors here. So we work with the same people all the time because we trust them. We know how to work with them.
You know their boundaries.
This is one of the stars. Would you like to talk?
Hey, babe, come over here.
This is like, spit out the gum, Joe.
All right, camera's this way. You want to look this way. All right. Tell us a little. What's your name?
Joe Ferry. Joe Ferry.
Joe Ferry. Well, I like your shirt tonight. You're looking pretty spiffy. That's all I could say.
This is my cousin Joey. When I
Joey?
first talked about Raccoon, we go to Seaside every year together.
Seaside, been there.
Told him the concept. Yeah, Seaside's great. We're going next week. And I told Joey the plot. And I said, I have this idea for a boy. I want the boy to be one of the stars of the movie. What do you think about it? And he kind of gave me a little insight into how a kid would act. So he helped me too.
Okay.
And I named the raccoon
Yeah, what'd you name him?
Red Eye.
Red Eye. That's great. So how old are you?
11.
Ooh, 11, and you're already in a movie. Lead role?
Yeah.
Have you been doing this a long time?
No, not really.
No, is this your first film?
Yep.
Yeah. How'd you like the acting business?
This way they see you. This way they recognize.
Remember this face, everyone.
Remember the face.
Remember this one.
Yeah, it was my first time acting, and it was really fun. And yeah, it was fun.
Great. How's the raccoon? Did you guys get along?
Yes, even though it was a doll. It was a doll.
That's great. All right. Well, thank you for.
Go see Raccoon.com.
All right. Enjoy the film.